2, 1. Hey now, welcome back to the TMP project, and we're on the we're on the rec deck. Big old rec deck. You can get the whole crew in here. That's what makes this movie unique as well. It's the only time we see the whole entire crew of the Enterprise, because we finally have the money to make a big old set that we would tear down the next day. But anyway, and what's unique about this is we're now learning about what's going to happen to Epsilon 9. We're going to see it on the big screen. We're going to see all the crew and all the fans that help keep the show alive. And right here, past Enterprises, including the orbiter that didn't even go into space, but we're going to keep it there. And this was the Probert ship that became the prototype of like the Vulcan ships in Enterprise. And there we see our Enterprise right there. I don't think I can make that any. Oop, I can zoom in. And I can make it a little bit brighter, maybe. There we go. So this is and Kirk's still in his Admiral outfit. So all this is happening without any really big beats in time. Kirk hasn't had any time to go and change his outfit. So everything up to this point, all Admiral, all kind of the same scene. So we got Scotty and Chekhov's behind Shatner here. And there's Sulu, there's Majel Barrett, and there's Rand. So there's our basic players for our drama. And Uhura should be there. Oh, there she is. She's over there because this is the comm panel. So in a way, I think this is the end of the scene. Oh, it is. This is the viewer off scene because she's there to turn the viewer off. So I'm working backwards, but we'll just pretend they're all assembled right away. And I think this takes place after the destruction of Epsilon 9. So, but there we are. We're assembled. Here we go. And of course, we know most of the folks are not extras. Well, we have some extras, but a lot of them are the Bijou Trimble and all the others that had the fan campaigns to get the series, keep the series alive and have the movie where we're at. And this is the first of our many story summary cards. So I'm going to put that over there. And I'm going to throw in one more alien, because it's a Starfleet getup, so this alien is in the scene. Unfortunately, he's labeled lizard-like diplomat. We don't have any diplomats in the scene, but okay, lizard-like. Now, this could be... Mick Fleetwood showed up in a Next Gen episode as a lizard-like. This is first season, or maybe second season. Anyway, a little bit of a variation on that. Okay, so what are we seeing on our rec deck? Viewer off, viewer out, countdown to launch and whatever. Anyway, this is what we're seeing. We see the guy. This is the V'ger taking over Epsilon 9, and then there's our little guy in this spacesuit, and he's about to get V'gered. He's about to become part of data storage, or patterns going to data storage. So there's the Epsilon 9 system and its eventual demise. And here's our write-up on it. There's the briefing. And this guy, David something. This was supposed to be Zahn in the Phase 2 series, but this is that petered out, and this is the role he got. Enterprise. What we're seeing it must be something huge inside. And of course, it was supposed to be, they labeled it 82 AUs in diameter, which is like huge. I think isn't an AU like the distance from the sun to sun? Anyway, too huge to be reasonable. So in the director's edition, they knocked that down to 2, which is still huge, but that's just to keep it, better than 82. So we're in the briefing room. We're getting the transmission. The cloud is happening. We'll talk about the cloud as we go. The cloud's kind of... We're always vague on what the cloud is. Sensors are there, and we see some special effects, and we see the station destroyed. Enterprise. And then there we go. Let's see it. And now how are we viewing this scene right here? This is the crew. We're like, oh, look at us. We're all concerned. Again. Digression about the uniforms can take place here, but I'm just going to leave them as they are in some of their one-piece glories right there. But that's what we're looking at, and this syncs up to the scene right here. So there's Uhura right there, and there she is looking concerned here. So we can see where this matches. So we're watching the destruction right now because we're all looking concerned. And this guy... This is alien guy. He comes back in the in the special edition, the director's edition. That was the scene we previously did on the bridge. Kirk comes on the bridge, and there we are. That's all the cards we get on the briefing scene. What gets lost in the special edition is Kirk said 2 viewer offs. So first he's like, viewer off, and then Uhura was like, oh, I'm still shocked, which she shouldn't be, because we know she's a professional, but at the time, and then that gives Shatner a reason to be irritated again. He goes, viewer off, viewer off. You get to say it no longer in the director's edition. It's just viewer off, and the viewer is off, and so is Epsilon 9, and the Enterprise will soon be off, and then so are we. But there's one more thing that needs to happen before we really get the ship going, because we're missing a key crew member, and Dr. McCoy's not here yet. So, the next show, enter DeForest Kelley and his medallion, his cowboy medallion, as Dr. McCoy. But here we are, and there it is.